it had two main goals. Number one, the immediate short-term goal was to keep sabotaging the European candidacy, European Union candidacy perspective. And this is something that I'm absolutely convinced about, that for a certain period, and certainly in the last few months, the Georgian Dream has been deliberately sabotaging the opportunities of Georgia to be given the candidacy status. And I will explain why. And number two, it was a more long-term goal to apply direct control on the last stronghold of democratic freedoms in Georgia. Luckily, the society stood against it. And well, while I'm not convinced that the story is over, at this stage, at least, Ivanishvili backed down. But I'm deeply convinced this is part of his idea of how his personal, private little country should look like in the future. Completely cut off from the West, without proper elements of the rule of law, without free and fair election, without free and fair judiciary. These are all preconditions of Georgia's integration into the European Union, and these are the elements that are completely in direct conflict with the interests of oligarchy. Ivanishvili believes that he cannot afford relinquishing his direct control on the branches of power, but without this, Georgia will have no future, no prospect in the European Union. I believe that this is a tactical retreat only. Ivanishvili's goals have not changed. He may be slightly scared of the public reaction. He'll try to somehow cool down the temperature. He will be now desperately trying to penetrate this youth movement and to somehow make them to find division within these groups, to make sure that there is no political coordination with anyone, that this emotional background would die down like it has happened quite a few times in the past. I believe that the only reason why Ivanishvili hasn't repeated the Yanukovych's path and has not officially, openly diverted Georgia back to Russia is his awareness of the attitudes of absolute majority of Georgians that would simply not tolerate this. There has been no period in recent Georgian history when less than 3/4 of Georgians supported EU and NATO. The latest one was like 82% in support of the EU. Ivanishvili is aware of this. So this is the only thing that is standing between him and openly pro-Russian policies